Hi, Brandy Joy here. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, it looks like my Periscope's a little blurry. Probably from me touching all over my camera on the thing. Oh well. That was the last time I think on my Facebook that happened. Hey Nicole, good to see you. So we're going to talk about magic tonight. A lot of people always ask me, how it works. So, oh cool. Welcome. Yeah, it's a little blurry. Here, let me see if I can wipe it off. Maybe that'll help. Is that better? There, I wiped it off. All right. So yeah, we're going to talk about magic and the fifth element. Does anybody know what the fifth element is? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, hi, Andreas. Hello, honey. Tanya. So anybody want to guess what the fifth element is? Void, spirit, light. What about dark side signs? Hi, Dina. Hi, John. All right. No idea. All right. So the fifth element is known as ether, also called ether by some. So, hi, Erica. Hi, Nita. So, ether is the fifth element, and that is what magicians use to create change, right? Everything in life has what we call ether. I don't know. Rich, what do you think? Should I call it ether or ether? Well, what do you prefer?
Ether is more common.
Ether is more common. We'll go with ether. My friend Rich has joined me tonight.
Hello.
He's right over there. We were talking about actually ether a little while ago and how acupuncture works, and I'll get into that in a little while. So, hi Elaine. Yeah, so anyways, when you learn magic, how many of you know a little bit about the Tree of Life, right? If you watched my video on the number 8, you probably learned quite a bit about this already, like an introduction to it. But the Tree of Life, what it does is it breaks down spirit to matter and matter to spirit, and how that works and how you create change in your life. Now, what we call Hod or Hod is the number 8 in the Tree of Life, and 8 goes down to 9, which is Yesod, and Yesod goes down to Makuth, which is 10. Right, that's the 10 spheres in the Tree of Life. Right? So Hod represents the mind element, the mental body, and the mental body. The mental body connects with spirit. Spirit says, okay, this is going to happen, so the mental body has to create that by designing it. Now the mental body designs, right, and then it transfers down to Yesod, which is ether. And ether is energy, okay? It is the framework of matter. It is the structure of matter. It is life force, is the nature of electricity, all right? So your physical body is made up of physical substance of water, right? And then the ether is the framework of it, which is the electricity, okay? Hear my dog probably in there coughing. But this is the ether is the vehicle of the life force. Sorry, I'm so used to calling it ether, I've got to switch over to ether now. But ether is very fine matter. Sometimes we call it prana or essence or raw or chi, ki, life force. We call it all these different things, and it's actually, a lot of people say it's wave and particle energy, and it is, of course, a range of frequencies. It's not just one frequency. Okay, and so that's why you can manipulate it and use it in a lot of different ways. So you have the etheric body, which you're born with, the structure of your physical body, that's inborn. You have environmental ether, which is just everywhere, right? And it's different frequencies everywhere. And you have what we call empathic ether. And empathic ether is how we transfer it and how we do healing work, right? So as a magician, what you're doing is you're using the Hod, which is the mind, number 8, and you are then structuring for ether and manipulating ether, and the ether then becomes matter. Okay, and they also say that ether becomes mana and down to, that's another whole thing. But it doesn't matter, because really it's just, if you understand those basic three concepts there, you understand the basis of how magic works. So, if you've heard of energetic vampires, right, people that are vampires, energy vampires, they are pulling essence from you, which is your ether, the fifth element. They are pulling it from you instead of a healer or a Reiki master, somebody that would give you energy, right? A lot of us that do light work, we give the light. We are all light conductors, right? So we're giving the energy, the electricity, whereas a vampire will pull it, the essence, from another person, and you could put holes in that person's energy field, their etheric body, and that will cause leaks, right? And so that's also the chakra system as well. Now, the ether, it works like electricity. It's like a vortex. It spirals, and it spirals into the chakra systems. And it spirals into the chakra systems, which hold up the whole aura. Okay? We have channels that run all through us. The electrical, it's currents, right? And that's how acupuncture works. And so if you think about like how we stick a needle into like a point, one of the meridian points, which is a channel, a current of energy, it's running. Okay, so let's say that you have some stagnant chi, stagnant ether that's not moving. So you put that needle in. Now think about a needle, with electricity. You put it in, you turn it, negative or positive charge, and it moves the energy. Right? So is everybody following me so far? Hey, Angela. Hey, Cynthia. Okay, cool. So matter is really just materialized etheric energy. That's all it is. Okay? Let's see. I have some stuff down here. There's a broad range of frequencies, like I was saying earlier, and they can be transformed into other objects by way of resonance. Okay, so resonance, and I talk about this a lot when I talk about the tantric work. Resonance is defined as vibrant, amplified effect produced by sound causing vibration in surrounding bodies. So when I do this, when we do Om, right, we're doing a vibrant, amplified effect produced by sound causing vibration in bodies. Okay? So we're manipulating the ether through sound resonance. Sound resonance heals because it actually it amplifies and pulls etheric energy. It creates a vortex, right? So the etheric body in you that you were born with is an energetic map. It's at that structural level. That's what ether is. Ether is like the structural level. It structures matter. And so if you've ever heard of phantom limbs, right? A phantom limb is because that body, that etheric body, is still there. It's still present, right? And because that electrical current is still there running, even though the matter part, the water part, is not there anymore, the electrical current is still there. It's still present, right? So yeah, we are, like I was saying, we're light conductors. Water conducts electricity, just like we conduct ether. And when you think of acupuncture and even just energy work or massage and stuff, what we're doing is we're moving that etheric energy if it gets like a little stagnant, in that area, or if it goes cold. One of the ways, there's a lot of ways to increase your etheric energy, which is what you do when you do magic, right? One of the ways is to keep your body warm. So if you, for instance, like in acupuncture and Chinese medicine, we'll put our feet in some warm, hot water, right? With salt, right? Electrical currents. You put your feet in this hot water, and it moves the chi, it moves the etheric energy, and it makes it move. It makes it become more of a flowed current, right? And it also pulls energy down because you put your feet in the hot water, and that will actually pull the current down, that energy flow down. As a magician, what you are doing is you are really pulling etheric energy from your environment and from your body and using your own essence and putting intent and structure into something that you are trying to change. You might be trying to pull something to you. So if you're doing like a lot of tantric work and stuff, you're creating more, you're pulling etheric energy, you're creating more vortex. And so you become like very electromagnetic and you start pulling things. So people become more attracted to you all of a sudden, you know, because people can feel the energy off of you. And your chakras, the vortexes are spiraling more and more and more. You know, that's why I try to get you guys to do this stuff all the time. Because it really is very healing. Yeah, the fifth element is, is ether. Hi, Virginia. Oh, really, Rebecca? It's interesting. Right. So, you know, when you reduce your stress, you get more rest, you do breath work, and warmth for the body. All of that helps to increase your etheric energy and allows the currents to move and flow better. And so it's important, you know, acupuncture, massage, all these things are very good for the etheric body. The pranayama, the more breath work you can do, pranayama, the more etheric energy that you are pulling into your body, right? The breath is so important for the energy flow. Hi, Darlene. So yeah, remember, matter is materialized etheric energy. So as a magician, you're working with 8, 9, and 10. So you're using 8, which is the mind, the mental body, to structure the ether, which is the yesod, right? That's the that's represented by the moon, right? The ether is represented by the moon. And then you work with that structure, that blueprint, in order to create Malkuth, which is the kingdom, right? Which is the energy, the matter, the actual matter that comes from the ethered, structured current. You need to go to a spa. It's always a good idea. I just wanted to kind of explain tonight how magic works. And that's how it works. It works through Yesod, which is the etheric body and the etheric energy. Yeah, everybody has magic in them. So yeah, what questions do you guys have? And so everything has different frequencies, different ranges of frequencies. So this has, you know, selenite has a certain frequency range that corresponds to the higher chakras. It has a higher vibration, right? So, hey, Rich, do you have any questions or thoughts about any of that?
Not really, not right now.
Okay. Fair to ask you. That's cool. You've been having a series of synchronicities? Yeah, that could be multiple things, and it could be that you are building your etheric energy through pranayama or something. Oh, you like my selenite? I actually put it under water at one point because a friend recommended it, and it totally, like, it's not pretty anymore. It doesn't have all of the glitter, the nice glitter all over it anymore. Yeah, of course. Everything has frequencies. Yeah, everything does. Yeah, it's a happy stone. Yes, absolutely everything. So think about a fish swimming in water. That's how we are. Etheric energy is everywhere. You're breathing etheric energy. So everything. That's how, we're all connected. And that's how, you know how, like, when you're in water, you know, you can feel a vibration or a sound. That's what we're in, but you just don't realize it because you've always lived in it. You know, it's very thick. You can feel it. You can feel energy. You can feel the ether. I can, at least, because I've done a lot of Qigong, which helps you feel it and breathe it and you know, move it and build it, right? Yeah. Yeah, so you, when you do Qigong or Tai Chi, pranayama, yoga, all that stuff helps you to build up your etheric energy body more, bring in more energy into it. So what makes essential oils and herbs magical too in doing magic work? What makes essential oils magical? Hey, Brett. Well, like I said, everything has etheric energy and everything has different frequencies. So depending on the frequency that you need, you're going to use that frequency to enhance your own frequencies. Everything's frequency. Everything is positive and negative charges. And then you have the neutral God energy. I was talking about this to you guys last week. I was talking about the Holy Trinity. So this week, I just want to explain how magic works, and that's through the ether. Okay, I'm not really grasping a lot of these questions. No. Yeah, I mean, you're right, AM or FM. Yeah, exactly. It works the same way. Are you raising your hand, Rich?
I think I might have a question. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what magic actually is? What is it used for? What is it?
What is magic used for?
Yeah, what is it and what is it used for?
Okay, that's a good question. So magic is used for creating change, right? So if you want to, it depends on the kind of magic. So you could do protective magic. So if you are doing protective magic, what you're doing is you're bringing more etheric energy that is of a frequency of protection, And just as you build more frequency, just as you build more etheric energy, you're actually creating more protection. And with the intent, whatever your intent is coming from Hod, which is the mental body, you create the structure of that, whatever your intent is, in Yesod, which is the ether, right? And so it has a certain frequency depending on the intent.
What is the intent?
So whatever your intent might be.
Okay.
Do you want to protect yourself? Are you trying to maybe attract a soulmate? If you're trying to attract a soulmate, for instance, let's go there, right? So what you'll do is, some people will do candle magic. I talked about that in one video. And so what you're doing then is you are you're creating a vortex. And that's what etheric energy is all about. It's that spiral of energy, right? So you're creating a vortex. You're putting the intent. You're using Hod and Yesod to create intent and pull energy towards you. So what you're doing is your own essence is being used. So whenever you do magic, you are using your own energy and your essence, and you are giving of that through that magic. So you'll take a candle and you will put your intent into that candle, and you will do ritual that will take your own essence, your own vital force, and you will put it into that candle and that intent, and you will take that mental element and then you will structure it into etheric intent. You'll structure it, you'll create that blueprint. And so what you do with the candle then is you'll take a blade and you'll carve in it sigils. And sigils represent a certain intent, right? So that sigil, a sigil could be like Nike, right? It could be any symbol. And a lot of times people say that a lot of these big companies are so successful because they actually do black magic. They create sigils and they do black magic to make themselves successful. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard it. But what you do with the candle is you carve into it your intent through symbols. You say, okay, this symbol means this to me. I want a soulmate. So you carve that soulmate symbol, that sigil, into that candle. So all of your intent, and then you start invoking energy, invoking white light energy from, deities, which are sciences. And that's energies. It's certain frequencies. You're just invoking these frequencies down into using your own essence, and also from your soul energy download and from the environment, right? And so you're putting that intent into the candle, and that candle has this vortex of spiraling your essence energy and your intent that you created. And so it's like a vortex. It's like pulling it, your intent, right? And as it burns, right, matter is burning and the ether is burning. It's supposed to be this vortex of energy that's pulling it. So it can be very powerful, right? Does that make sense? Go ahead.
Well, another question.
You want to come sit over here with me? Well, actually, you'd have to pull up a chair.
You want me to? I'll come talk with you if you like.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can you protect others? And Andreas says, nice question, by the way. Yeah, you can protect others. Absolutely. Magic is all about that. Mm-hmm. I've actually done some ritual for other people. I did ritual for Thomas. I don't know if Thomas is on right now. I don't think he is. I did ritual for him one evening and helped him out. Actually, would you go grab the chair that's out there? Yeah, because you're going to be too low on that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The intent works on energetic level. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the more people that get involved with a magical ritual, the more powerful it becomes because you're using more people's etheric energy, right? Which is very powerful. Yeah, I did work with Tom. Yeah, but sort of use words like, are there any reading recommendations? You just Google it.
I did have another question.
But I did, I mean, if you came in at the beginning, you watched my whole explanation of it, I think. I thought I explained it pretty well. Can you protect the just 20 minutes late, but I made it. Cool, Nicole. Yes, it's very powerful. You want to scoot over?
Yeah, sure. Hello.
So this is one of my closest friends. This is Rich Monjuri.
Hi.
Scoot over just a tad more. So yeah, we have a lot of conversations about this stuff. We like to talk about magic and spiritual work. Between good versus black magic. Yeah, okay. So I've done a whole video, actually, if you want to know a little bit about the difference between white, gray, and black magic. Gray magic is any kind of magic that you're trying to create change with. Virginia says hello.
Oh, hi.
Gray magic is when you try to make a change, right? But you always do a divination first to make sure that that change would be positive and not negative in any regards. Because once it becomes a negative effect, then it's considered black magic. Yeah, we are always creating something. Yeah. Darlene says, hello, Rich.
Oh, hi. Hi, Darlene. I have another question about magic.
Okay.
So, am I to assume that magic is something that one does for oneself? Or can someone perform magic for or on, whatever the case may be, someone else?
Yeah, we were just talking about that a second ago when you were grabbing the chair. You can do it for yourself. You can do it for other people. When you do it in a group for other, like doing it for a person or something, an intent, that becomes even more powerful because you're using more etheric energy. But yeah, absolutely. Like I did a spell for Thomas. Well, it wasn't a spell. It was a protection ritual, and it helped him. So you can always do magic for anyone, you know, and it can. And when you are doing Reiki, like if you're doing Reiki remotely for somebody, or you're doing like my friend Teresa Crabtree does, you know, depossession work on people remotely. All of that is magic, right? Anytime we create a change, and we have an intent, and we use law of attraction, things like that, you're using etheric energy. You're doing magic. So, I get a lot of trolls on Periscope, so they just say all kinds. There's like little kids and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I'm just telling you.
Wow, that is kind of really small.
Yeah, you can't really see it.
Oh. Well,
all right.
You're gonna get that. It's
Yeah, you're welcome, Charlie. So, any other questions? Can you think of any other questions? Because I come from like knowing this stuff for so long that it's hard for me to explain it sometimes because I'm like, well, doesn't everybody know that?
I do have a question.
Okay.
We know that not everybody has good intentions.
Right.
And how often is I don't know if you could call it black magic. How often is magic used by people to seek revenge or to hurt a person? And how successful is that?
Oh, they can be very successful.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So how would how do you?
And I don't know how often, but I'm sure a whole lot.
How do you defend yourself from something?
Well, you would need to do your own protection stuff, which would be tantric work, pranayama, having a good diet, not drinking a whole lot of alcohol, or doing too many drugs, because that actually depletes your essence. You lose energy. It weakens your energy field.
My essence doesn't seem to be weakened at all. No. What about the poor victim that does nothing about any of this, knows nothing about magic? That person would be in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, and that's the problem with the world today, and that's why so many people do have such weak energy fields, and they have so many attachments, and other people's energy are in them. You know, and they should go to shamans and get that cleared, because there's so many weak energy fields, and so many people have been weakened because the way that we teach in religion, mainstream religions and stuff, is don't protect yourself, just have faith. Okay, so you're not supposed to breathe, or you're not supposed to like take care of yourself. And to me, it's just a very delusional a society that we live in many regards when it comes to spirit work. Spirit work should be you working on yourself, you doing things that heal yourself and increase your own energy, increase your own etheric field. Yeah, bad thinking, is definitely a huge problem. Negative thoughts with the mental body, again, your mental body creates the etheric. And so the etheric, if it's negative, coming from the mental body being negative, you're gonna be losing energy because it's weakened. How do you know if someone is doing something to you? Well, I've had people try to do things to me. It just depends on how in touch with spirit you are. When you do a bunch of pranayama, you do a bunch of tantric work, you become a channel. You become in touch with your spirit body. And so when there's ill will, when someone's doing something. I had a bad run-in with a black magician, and he did try to do something, and all about that.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, and I was very protected by my spirits because I do so much spirit work, and I'm so protected because my etheric body is very strong. The more work you do, the stronger your etheric body is, and the more protected you are, and the more in touch with spirit you are, and the more you speak to them and you actually ask them for help, the more help they give you. And the only way to get in touch is really through the channeling work. You're a conductor of light, right? And that's what I'm talking about. When you raise that electrical current, you're going to be a better conductor, a better channel of the energy beyond physical matter. That's how that works.
I was going to comment that I think that somebody is doing massive black magic on everybody.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree that a person of low energy and low vibration and low frequency, a depressed person, is not a person who would achieve as much as he normally would had everything been in sync? Would you agree with that?
Wait, say that again?
Say, a person whose energies are all out of whack, okay?
Yeah.
Would you say that that person would be a person who is not going to achieve in life what they normally would have achieved had everything?
Right.
Now, who would be interested in doing that?
Well, hopefully everybody.
No, I'm saying
everybody should be doing etheric.
No, but I think
strengthening.
Right, but I'm saying who would be interested in doing that? Who would be interested in performing all this bad magic on all these people?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
So there's something going on here. Somebody's using that, and it's not happening by accident.
Right.
You talked about the fact that everybody's out of whack today, and that's one of the reasons why. Talk about conventional religions.
Mm-hmm.
Control mechanisms.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of that.
They mess up your energy big time.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's power, and the. Anyways, I'm not going to get into the conspiracy stuff. Yeah, and people can use hair or something that belongs to you because it has your essence, your etheric energy in it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's voodoo. Yeah, voodoo is very strong because you actually use physical matter, which has the structure in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm from New Orleans, right?
Yeah, he's from New Orleans.
You know what else they used to do? These voodoo women, they wanted to put a curse on somebody, they'd burn a black candle on them.
Uh-huh.
And that's, if you were having a run of bad luck, it was even a saying to say, somebody must be burning a black candle on you. Mm-hmm. But no, really, that was a voodoo ritual that you would see there, being from that area. I guess they would put all the revenge and negative feelings in that black candle and burn it and mess some people up that way.
Yeah, I've gone to a voodoo ritual before. I wasn't very impressed. Yeah. So, yeah. Any last questions about magic or the etheric body or any of that stuff? I think I covered it pretty quickly, didn't I? I tend to do that. I go kind of fast. Bill, what's up? If you use bad medicine on someone, it'll come back on you. Yeah, absolutely. But it might not come in this lifetime. It could come in another lifetime. Because we're infinite. you know, and the energy is infinite. So it doesn't have to happen right away. Although things are moving faster right now. They are starting to move faster since 2012, and since the age of Aquarius, things have been picking up speed, especially karmically. But yeah, it doesn't matter when, because we're all the same energy, different angles of it, and all these different angles want to experience all the different angles. So if you do something bad to someone, then you want to experience what that energy experienced itself, right? So let's say I killed Rich in a past life, you know, maybe he'll kill me in this life, right? Or maybe I'll get killed by somebody else in the same way, another soul contract. So it doesn't have to be from the same person, but karmically, my soul would want to experience the other side of what I created. You know, I don't know dark side zodiac. My mother had a spell put on her. It was jealous of a called friend. He took her to a woman. That's good. Yeah. There's a lot of people, especially in like Mexico and places like that, where they do a lot of spell breaking. Yeah, thank you, Elaine.
Nice comment.
Yeah, thank you. So when you use things like this, though, they have certain frequencies, certain etheric energy themselves that help you. This helps me channel, right? Because it's a great conductor. It has a certain frequency. It's resonance. It has its own vibration, which is sound, right? And so when I hold it, it resonates a certain vibration, and then it does certain things to my chakras and my etheric body and makes it spiral a certain way. Yeah, this is a Selenite Crystal. So I can say my good karma is coming. Jessica. Do you know your past lives? Sweat Lodge, okay. Yeah, that's cleansing. I don't really know a whole lot about sweat lodges. I know some people that do them, that actually put them on for people. They got a bad name when that group of people died, though. The guy did not know what he was doing. Do you think magical during the eclipse will help boost, and what magic should be done? I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube. Okay, so Debbie says, do you think magic during the eclipse will help boost? Okay, so like I said, if you're going to do gray magic, always do a divination or hire somebody to do a divination for you. I do divinations for people. I can answer you a quick divination question for $15 if you want. So if you want to do some magic, I do have a magical video on doing candle magic, and I have a download where you can, it has a handout and everything. And if you wanted to do that and you do not know how to do a divination to get it, hey, is this going to be a good thing or a bad outcome, then you'd want to hire somebody like me. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you hire me, whoever else. But I charge $15 for an answer on that. I can tell you, hey, you should not do this magical spell that you want to do. This is what could happen. Or I could say, yes, this is a go. This is really going to help you. So you want to be careful not to ever do any type of gray magic unless you know how to do a divination. So important in spiritual work. Divination to me is the basic. You should really know how to channel and to do basic divination work and to get an answer. Past life regression sessions. I'm a regressionist. I do that actually for a living. That's one of the things I do. What stones are good for vibration? Selenite is one of my favorite. Anything, really. I mean, you just have to go pick them up and see what works for you. When I picked this up, I was like, oh, that feels really good. And when it feels good, then that's the right crystal for you to use. But past life regressions are extremely healing because what happens is our etheric body will hold energies and even like holes and things in it from past lives and these patterns and these frequencies. And so when you go into a regression, you will go back and understand the patterns and the karmic ties that are holding you in a pattern, and you'll be able to release them more effectively. I love regression work. I think it's one of the most healing things you can actually do. Yeah. So, did I answer everybody's questions? I know there was one I was kind of on a minute ago. I don't know if I fully answered it. Yeah, I do past life regressions. If anybody ever wants to set that up with me. I do past life regressions. I do astrology readings. I have an astrology reading tomorrow. I do a few usually a week, like where I'll do a tarot reading 1 or 2, and then I do like astrology every week or 2, and then I usually do a past life regression every once in a while for somebody. But as many of you know, this is not my full-time job. This is my side job. My full-time job is I teach music business classes at university. I've been in the music business for a long time, 17 years. So that's like my main thing. And then this is my passion. I absolutely love spiritual work and spiritual development. Is it dangerous reading tarot in a graveyard? Yeah, I would imagine so. If you're channeling and opening your body to energies and you're in a graveyard, I don't know. There's probably a lot of spirits around there. I wouldn't necessarily.
Seems like they'd be hanging out there. Makes sense.
Cool, Elaine. So yeah, any last questions before we log off? How do I do a regression from a distance? All I do is you have to have some headphones, and you plug that into your computer or your iPad, whatever you're using, and we get on. We can either get on Skype or Zoom. I use Zoom usually for my conferences with people, and I would just walk you through it. And so you're just laying there on your couch, just like you were laying on my couch, and I'm doing the same thing I'd do if you were sitting right here. It's the same thing, because you can hear my voice just as effectively, especially with the earphones in. Because hypnosis is all talk therapy. It's all talk. So there's, I guide you through it. Hey, Tiffany. Yep. All right, guys. Well, I hope that gave you some good information. Actually, Rich was a radio officer for a long time. That was his job, and I was talking to him about this stuff because I was asking him some questions about how to explain it in a way of radio and electricity and things like that, because that's what he actually used to teach this stuff on electricity and radio frequencies and all that. So he fully understands the physical, scientific stuff, and I'm more about the spiritual stuff, so. All right, cool, you guys. So, I hope y'all have a good rest of the week.
Yeah, it's nice to meet everybody.
Yeah, and if you missed my tarot session on Monday night, make sure you watch that. I have it up on YouTube. For some reason, my website was down earlier when I was checking it out. I was like, oh, that's weird. I got to check that tonight. But it is on YouTube, and it is on Facebook, of course, as usual. I have Brandy Joy TV is my name on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and Twitter. So Brandy Joy TV if you're following me on Periscope. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Thanks for joining.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, watch the replay, Tiffany. Sorry you missed it. It was a good one. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining. Bye, Periscope. Aw, love and light to you, Virginia. Bye, everybody. See you Monday.